Hello, and welcome back to Citizen Sleeper 2, Starward Vector. Let's continue, eh? And a welcome in to anyone who's already joining us. Wow. We have quite a few people. Welcome, welcome. So one more until our stay is over, until we can move again. Let's get it rolling. Grapple ship, Spindle's Edge. Members Kitchen. Obviously, we've got some bonuses. We've made it so engineer isn't just a negative anymore. Born Venture Signal Station. What can we do? Well, we got rid of our glitch. But it's not worth it doing anything with this low of life. Rig. Let's head to bunk. Let's go ahead on that. Now, notice our fuel isn't going up even though we're doing stuff. Let's end our cycle and see what happens, eh? Yeah, just to say, a big welcome into anyone who's joined us. Thank you for being here. Something flickers in the back of your mind. You stop. You have to stop to blink it away. There's a tightness behind your left eye, an aching point that refuses to move. And then the voice begins, hissing through the background noise of the rig systems, a new whine amongst the chorus of the life support and ventilation. Sleeper. The hiss brings Lane's sharp features to mind. Suppose you thought you'd slipped my net. Export jumps into your mind, an image of the station immolating in white light, though you were not conscious to witness it. You are distant, his voice hisses into white noise, but you are not free of me yet. I'm coming, Sleeper. The hiss drops, and I will retake control of what is mine. The closer I come to you, the more you will feel it. Lane moves fingers to tap your forehead. In here. Until you cannot resist. Bright smile, pale eyes, a growing hiss that hurts. Then the hiss is gone. The rig suddenly quiet. Clinging tightness diffusing behind your eyes. The fear remains. Sleeper, you good? Seraphin is there, floating by your berth. You were talking. Something's wrong. Seraphin looks away. We'll find what you need. Besides, just keep going, okay? Squeezes your shoulder. We can do this. We are fast and smart. We keep moving. We don't stay anywhere for long. And we find a way. Somehow. You nod. You do not know how Lane is able to reach into your mind like this. How he's able to speak into you. But you want so desperately for it to stop. You must find out what he's done to you before it's too late. You must stay ahead of Lane at all costs. Ooh, we're ready to go again. Oh, tutorial. Lane is hunting you once again. His progress will be tracked by the hunt clock. If this is filled, he will catch up with you. It will increase once every cycle you spend in a hub. However, each time you travel, the hunt will reduce by 3. If you keep moving, you can stay one step ahead of Lane. Ah, interesting. Ooh. Fly. Alright, let's get out of this. Let's explore. Let's make sure we've done everything we need to here. We've got the scrapper ship. I think we did everything here. Last scrap components, process raw scrap shift. And I'm interested to see what happened here. Yeah, that's fine. At least it's not a negative. 12 cryo, loss of energy. Okay, nothing too great. You got Spindle's Edge, Ceiling Shift, yeah. Just leave that outside. Oh, this one we're not good at. Not good at Endure and never will be. Numbers Kitchen, is there anything here? And pressing number, we might as well. I mean, we can come back here though. I think that's the big thing I need to take away from this, is that we can come back to these places now. As we fly away. Oh, glitch jump straight back up. Shucks. Okay. Oh. And it's so interesting. Technically, we can stay here for a few more turns. We might as well. Earn some moolah. Cupcakes. Order a rat. Might as well buy some cupcakes. We've got some moolah. A little munch. See, that pulls us up. Nice. Spindle trade hall. Buy supplies, full fuel, buy fuel. But we kind of need everything. We're starting to pick up fuel again, which is nice. Maybe we'll just buy the cargo and fill up on fuel. Not too sure how we want to do that. Helpful Venture, Venture bar shift, Gambler's friend, and then Venture station, mine arrays, interpret signals. Might as well do a shift at the, was there something at the top that I just missed? No. That Vaughan venture. Might as well do stuff here. 100% super positive. Hello, Schneider! How are you, my friend? How are you, James? How are you doing? Welcome to Citizen Sleeper 2. How are you doing, bud? It was terrible. We might as well leave it. Well, it's the second part I've done, but my opinion, yes, it's a very text-heavy game, but it makes you really feel involved, if that makes sense. Like, you feel a part of it, which is pretty neat. We're using up our supplies yet. That's a run 4. We snooze. Wake up to 6, I'm imagining? No, we woke up to no different. Oh yeah, it's gone up to 6. Nice. We're glitched again though, which is a real shame. For those unfamiliar, when we're glitched, it means that we have an 80% chance to fail anything that we do. Which isn't great, to be honest. Might as well do it on something where there is no technical negative outcome. It's also an achievement if we succeed one. While we're like that with our glitched dice. So you'll see there's glitch here. When that falls up, that means the X amount of dice in the next turn that will be glitched. We want as few as possible. So yeah, the game is based off like dice rolls. So that's all of our decisions have to be based off the way a dice will roll, which can make it very difficult, but makes it very interesting to say the least. Since we don't really know how everything's going to go, which is fun. What's this like? We'll try it. 75% chance of positive. Positive? Went up, but not great. And we're quite hungry. Let's go get some more milk. Yeah, I enjoyed the game enough. Bits to figure out with the game, don't get me wrong, but it's been good so far. I enjoy it. Wrong shit. You know, right now we're on the run from a sort of gangster. So in the other game, you have to worry about sort of your condition breaking down because you're a machine, whereas this game, you've fixed your condition per se, but you are being hunted. So there's always something, but you have stress as well to worry about. Too much stress, I don't know what will happen. So there's still areas to be careful of. So I think it's next turn we need to disembark. Even potentially the end of this one. We'll sail away, if you will. We're about to fill up on fuel, which is nice. Let's head over here. Don't want to use my really good roll, my 6, in case we unlock something here. And we've done Gambler's Friend. We unlocked a new area. Double venture. Sweet. Venture gambling. Now we've actually... You can play games in casino, but you feel the eyes of security on you. People use special sleepers, we get especially suspicious when you repeatedly win the game of chance. Ha. Win that game of chance. That's it. That's more like it. 25 cryos, not crazy reward, but it's something. Better than now, if you will. Probably our time to get out of here. Next turn we'll flee. Just thinking if there's anything else we need. We've got another bad roll. So great. I've been curious what this is. Not good. Really bad. Let's not do that. Let's head back to the rig. Let's go. Rig bunks, rig galley. Bit of rig bunks. Try this out. There's a good chance of fail. Fails. I'm just thinking there might be somewhere where we can use our free. I'll have a owner. Just thinking. There's one which we are better with. We'll buy fuel, but we can fill up on supplies. So we're going to get all the fuel we need by the end of the next turn. So might as well just sleep and then get to the next turn and then fly off that turn, I'm thinking. Let's do it. But we're having fun with it. It's been a very good game so far, Snyder. And just to ask, how are you doing, my friend? How are you? I hope you're enjoying the old server on Minecraft. For those who don't know, I am running my own Minecraft server at the moment. So anyone who watches is more than welcome to go and join. It's not just me though, it's 4KG and other people. Right, I think it's time for us to leave. We have got a... Nah, we'll leave the game a chance the next time. I think it's time to get out of here. We've got two options. We've got Hidden Wreck. Eugene is the location of a lost wreck that he says holds some priceless salvage. Is this a wild goose chase or a golden opportunity? Anyone to find out. And then there's Ice-Rich Asteroid. Malik and Springtide are being held on the fast spindle, taking full water order. This asteroid might be key to calming the administrators. Now I wonder if this classes as lines. Don't play much on it. Live stuff online, but I was like, that's fair enough, to be honest. -3 hunt during travel. So, let's select. Obviously, we want to go with Bliss, and we'll bring Eugene with us, as he wants to be part of the crew. Because beeping away. Now let's travel to contract. So you see, they have different skills. So I think Bliss is going to be really good because I think we're really bad. And we're off. This is why this game's really cool. So the other game was a bit more linear, whereas this you have a lot more options. The rig, your refuge in the bar. The asteroid looms large in the cockpit's glass. Light glints off the sheets of surface ice. Same glint that must have caught Malik's attention when he was crossing the convoy countermeasures that damaged the Springtide. There's been no sign of convoy drones or mines, but this hasn't stopped Seraphin being cautious in his approach. You have to admit you found yourself searching the black void of space for a telltale blinking red beacon too. We're close enough to jump down to the surface. Seraphin locks down the engines. I don't see anything on the scope, but I'll keep her warm just in case. Thanks. He nods without looking up from the controls. I say we call this snowball fast, Eugene shrugs. The less time we're out here, the less likely we're to run into anything Conway left behind, he smiles. Simple. Sure, Seraphin cuts in. But fast means messy, and messy means more damage to the ice. We don't need to crack the shelf and lose half of the water we came to survey. Who said anything about messy? Eugene scratches, unclipping from his seat. Fast and clean, he winks at you. Easy. You unclip from your seat and kick off towards the airlock. The scale of the asteroid is troubling. But Seraphin assures you on the journey here that surveying it would be easy enough. Just take a sample from the deep ice for testing. I don't know, there's like a base on it. The problem, he said, is getting down that deep. You'll have to cut away the ice, dig yourself a hole, and doing so will create a fracture in the shelf. The asteroid may be big, but it's held together with only a weak gravitational force. The more ice is cracked away, the less there is for the fast spindle to harvest, something you doubt Malik will be happy about. You push the worry to the back of your mind and get suited up. Something on your mind? Bliss drifts up beside you and pulls a suit from the rack. I just hope we don't mess up. Me too, I shrug. I don't want to jinx it, but it seems simple enough. Can't say a rock, or in this case, ice cutting is my usual strength. But it's got to be simpler than slicing a hole without touching any of the internals. Bliss sips up her suit. We'll be fine. This reassurance that they don't have any experience with the job you're about to do doesn't exactly calm your worries, then a nonchalant attitude helps, especially when you consider the volume of ice you're about to start cutting into. Cheer up, Bliss punches you on the arm as you get into the airlock. Might never happen. The lock cycles and you find yourself staring out at the glinting surface of the asteroid. 1 second, sleeper. Seraphin's voice comes over the comms. I'm seeing something here. Some kind of man-made shaft on the far side of the asteroid. Interesting. Eugene stood beside you in the airlock, but in this vacuum you can only hear him through the comms link. Crews sometimes stash goodies on the rocks like this. Let's go take a look. He pats you on the shoulder. Just hold up. Seraphin's voice cuts through. The survey is our first priority. And the integrity of the water ice, hunting for buried treasure comes dead last on the to-do list. You can always hear his eyes rolling through the comms link. Don't get distracted. You squint at the rock and spot a dark recess just over the curve of the asteroid. That'll be the distraction then. Refocus on the ice sheet. Time to get started. See, this is what we want to avoid, a potential fracture. So let's play it safe. Slice away the ice. Rather than scanning for sampling location, avoid chipping away the surface. It's an aggressive approach. I'll do this, because I'm very good at this, and I think... Who else will be good at this? Neither of these guys, though, sadly. They're both more aligned with this possibility. But we're very good at this. Let's hope this gets us a nice... wow, that's only 2. Okay, that's not great. That could be better. That could be distinctly better. The rolls aren't particularly great, but there's no like big countdown because there's an issue, so we can actually wait through the turns. Now, I am curious to see how this goes if it's a 100% positive. If it starts chipping away ice, I won't do it. Okay, it was positive, but it's too much of a risk. I'm not going to do that. And then what's over here? Frozen shaft. See if anyone's really good at this. But he is, but he's got terrible rolls. She is, but not the greatest of rolls. 25 and 50. We'll try 25 and 50. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, no breaking of the ice just yet. Thank you. And then we head back to rest. Galley, rig bunks. We can't actually do that. We have to just end the cycle. So we'll use up some of our supplies each day as we rest. But that's the big thing. You want to make sure that you have enough supplies for your journeys, while also keeping calm. You know, sometimes you can cause an issue which will start to deteriorate the situation you're in. We have to really rush. Whereas this, I think so long as we go slow and steady, we'll be completely fine. Now, he has some really good rolls for the other one, though. Because he's not good at either of these, sadly. Bliss is quite good. Come on, Bliss. Come on, Bliss. Another good roll. Good roll. Good roll. Not good roll, but no damage to the ice. We can live with that. Frozen shaft. Explore the cracks. Now, he's not very good at that, but he is good at clearing ice. Since it's a 100% chance, it means that if he fails, he's not going to, well, succeed either way, right? Want to make sure he does not do any damage. Now, this isn't great because we've got pretty bad rolls at the moment. Even if, well, actually, I think it increases to a forward one. Yeah, 75%, I'll take that. You can do it. He didn't do it. Another day of sleep, it would seem. And the cycle. I wonder how long a cycle is. Is it 24 hours? Is it an 8-hour shift? Like, who knows? Who knows how long a cycle is, but it's stressful. It is stressful. Let's get the ice sheet done first. Now, this is good because it'll increase it to a 5, so it's positive no matter what. That is a win of its own right. We should be able to max it out just on our own skill. And hopefully Bliss or Eugene will be able to do the next stage. Oh, shame we didn't get on that last try. Here we go. There we go, we've got it. We've got a sample location. Extract core sample. None of us are good. Oh, Eugene's the best. Interesting. Come on, Eugene. We found new use for you. Didn't stand a chance. I wonder, is it us? Yeah, look at that. And then even if we use Bliss, Bliss is not good at it. So certain people are good at certain things. This is a prime case of that. Let's try this frozen shaft again. I think we can risk it. We've not actually done any damage yet. Brilliant. And obviously you are better than me at this, so let's try it. Do I be cheeky? It's a free like. Let's try it. Come on, a little bit of positive. Come on, a bit of luck. Perfect. And no ice stress yet. Really important. Derelict bunker. Scavenge data, scavenge hardware. Rusted treasures. This place has been abandoned for decades, but perhaps there are some useful components tucked away. Ghost of the past. Where was this place? If you can get a grip on the terminal started, perhaps you can extract some answers. Ooh. Data or hardware? I think data will be better for us, even though we don't technically get anything from data. Let's give it a go. And this cycle onwards to the next one. Yeah, some solid rolls. Really good ones from Bliss. And a solid one from Eugene, to be honest. Especially considering they only have 2 rolls. Eugene, we need your skills yet again, please. Get it, but he won't actually get it in time for us to not run out. This, though it could be negative, is going to be needed. More stress, though. Ah, sorry, Bliss. If we did it, though, yeah, it's going to be really low. Well, Bliss, I have an answer for you. Let us... Oh, no, you can't do that one. Okay. Let me scavenge some data. I think if we scavenge the data, we could then use that data to do something else. Who knows? But I've got some good rolls here because of my little boost. So hopefully this will get us the 50% positive and we'll hit it immediately. Nope. We'll have to try. Let's try this one. Come on, come on. Oh! Just what we like to see. Continue. The flickering screen catches your eye in the dark of the bunker. A distorted female face, further refracted by the surrounding ice, stares at you from the terminal with blank white eyes. You move closer, straining to hear her voice, but the recording is silent, or perhaps the terminal's audio output is broken. All you can do is watch the pale face as it contorts through the corruption and noise. It could be explaining some important secret, long forgotten, or just recounting a personal anecdote. Hard to tell. Circles and curving arcs flash across the face, graphical visualizations of orbits and flight plans. You squint at them, the shapes unknown to you. And then, as soon as it starts, the playback ends, leaving a frozen frame on the end on the screen, a ghost face circled by orbits. You start driving to the terminal and copy what residual data is left, unsure where it might lead you. Once it is done, you shut off the terminal once and for all. As you leave the bunker, the pale face flashes across once more in your mind. Those blank eyes, the flat stare. Was that a human or something else? Turn the image over in your mind, unsure of its importance. Interesting. I wonder if we can do the other one. We can indeed. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's exciting. So let me just check this message. Be positive. Yeah. We'll get that the next turn. Hopefully. But this, I'm hoping Eugen has a really nice roll on the next one, and we have some good rolls. Even if it's a 6 and it's a 4, we can make that work. Because obviously we're nearing the end of our cycle. We have one more cycle, essentially, or we run out of food. Not great bliss rolls, but decent enough Eugen rolls to get us in there. I believe in you, Eugen. Get us in there, my friend. Who may or may not be in trouble with a local crime syndicate. Who knows? Got stressed, but we're in. The sample core, a long and weighty cylinder of cloudy ice, comes up the borehole cleanly. Glows in the sunlight, catching the rays in its frosted interior. Nicely done, Sleeper, Liz chirps through the comms. I've never called an asteroid before. The result is pretty. Let's just hope it's drinkable. Let's not melt it down for liquid refreshment just yet, Seraphin chimes in, slightly packed with unpleasant impurities. The question is, are they the kind of impurities the fast spindle can filter out? Let's get it up to the ship, and we can run the analysis on the trip back. Seraphin pauses, and before you get any ideas about digging around on that asteroid some more, remember that if we break away any of the ice, Malik will likely dock our pay. Start the journey back to the ship, dragging the sample core with you. As you do, you look back down at the asteroid, wondering if it might be a bargaining ship Malik has been looking for. You'll know soon enough. Contract complete. Cold never bothered me to extract the ice core without spoiling the haul. Then let me do this. Be positive, go! Yeah, let's have a look. What do we get? This was abandoned for decades, perhaps, or useful when it's tucked away. You pull a oh, sorry, there we've got Solheim data. What did we get? Oh, I pulled 2 more rare components. Oh, nice. I didn't realise. So, essentially, these components in this game are what we use for our repairing. So you'll notice my dice have less health. Instead of the 3 it should have, there's 2. When a dice breaks down, we have to repair it. And using rare components, we repair it to a really high level. So nice. I think it's time to get out of here. Done. Let's leave. And no stress, we're off. On the journey back to the asteroid, you pored over the tests Malik had given you to run, improvising the necessary equipment from your mess. Each one produced spores of data, much of which you couldn't pass. Arriving at the vicinity of the fast spindle, you broadcast these streams of data to Malik's personal terminal in Springtide, as instructed. Despite all the preparations, you're still surprised when you find Malik standing at the far side of the docking tunnel as you leave the rig. Sleeper, he nods neatly at you. I thought it was better I'd come down here, away from the crew, to discuss your findings. And the findings were? Straight to the point, he clasped his hands. Good. As I suspected, the asteroid was indeed rich with water ice. Thankfully, the contaminants can be dealt with. He speaks matter-of-factly, betraying little emotion. With the data you provided, I should be able to convince the fast spindle administrators of its worth. But we're good? Alex smiles. That remains to be seen. Before I make payment, I'd like to ask, in person, if you saw anything else of consequence. Anything to share with me that might affect my dealing with the fast spindle. He holds his arms across his chest. I prefer not to have any surprises when they go to retrieve the water. there was a shaft. Interesting, Malik smiles. It's likely no consequence, but if there is something of value there, it could pay for my benefit. I mentioned the potential of additional salvage to the fast spindle administration. Given the data, it doesn't seem to have impacted the ice. Malik reaches into his pocket and produces a stack of cryo chips, bound carefully with a strip of paper. 250 cryo, as agreed. We take away the chips and quickly tuck them away. With that, our business is concluded, Sleeper. Malik nods lightly. I must speak with the administration to negotiate the release of my ship and then prepares for immediate departure. The Syndicate will be eager for my successful return. Thank you. Malik bows and turns. Could our paths cross again? I will see that it will be to your benefit. There. Sleeper. Seraphine catches your attention to go to leave the ship. Can I have a minute? Of course. Seraphine ducks into maintenance passage and waits for you to follow. One second, let me just have a drink. In the narrow passage, framed by loose wires and thick conduits, Seraphine looks suddenly small, wrapped. Looks at an open circuitry panel as he speaks, avoiding your gaze. You see he's playing with a coin in his hand, nervously spinning it in the air. Since we're here, since we cleared Hexport, I've been putting feelers out for something. He rubs his hands nervously. I've been in the belt a long time. When I came here alone, but back on Darkside, just before we made our break for it, I heard something. I heard someone was looking for me. He pauses, trying to organise his thoughts. Who's after you? I also heard something else. They said the person looking for me claimed to be my sister. He waits for your reaction. You have a sister? I did, yeah. Or I do. He shakes his head, but I don't even know if it's really her. Just because someone says they're my sister, well, I can't be sure. The thing is, I haven't seen my sister in a long time. I was still a kid when I left. So was she. I don't think she would have liked to admit it at the time. He smiles to himself. I know you don't remember how it was, back in Darkside, he sighs. We were alone, you and me. Lane didn't let us out much, just to work, that was all. So when I overheard one of his guys mention something, someone was sniffing around, trying to find me, I didn't know what to think. He frowns, and then, hearing it could have been my sister, he goes quiet. He tried to recall that time, the cycle spent under Lane's influence, working for him in exchange for stabilizer. Close your eyes, focus. With the details flicker, the images collapse and reform. Has Seraphine told you this before? Is this all part of your plan? Is this why you helped me escape? You wanted to go find her? Yes, he shrugs. It changed things for me. I thought she could be out there. Don't get me wrong, I want to get you out there too. He pauses and you sense he's finding this difficult. I know it doesn't matter now, but I told you about her back then before. Sorry I don't remember. It's okay, Sleeper. I understand. Since we got away, since Hexport, I've been asking around, speaking to spacers, traders, and like I said, something has finally come up. It seems whoever was trailing me left Darkside pretty soon after Tsubo caught wind of her sniffing around. I doubt they made her feel very welcome, but I managed to get a name. The name she gave Luz wasn't my sister's, but that doesn't mean much. It gave me something to follow. Glanced around the wash a little. Fast spindle, flotsam, not sure why. I squinted at the loose wire. The last thing she did was book passage to Wellspring, an Elotic freighter. That's all. That's it. How did you know this? Mostly ship manifests and port records, a few favours on the quiet. I want to go to Wellspring, Sleeper, to know if it's really her, and if it isn't, settle what needs settling. Let's do it. Thank you, Sleeper. You meet your eyes. I'll admit it's been strange reminding myself that everything we talked about back on Darkside, everything we did, is lost now. Miles. I'm glad to see you are still you, whatever that means. Me too. He nods. Anyway, better get back to it. Seraphine squeezes past you in the corridor and glides towards the engine room. You watch him go, wondering if your past together can ever be reclaimed. Your mind wanders to thoughts of Seraphine's sister. For a moment, you wonder what it is like to have a family, and if you will ever know. I think he's a family member already. We've got a new drive. A new drive to earn us points to upgrade. What do I upgrade next? We could max out our interface to make it a double bonus, which would be incredible. But we don't really interface too often, so I'm not sure if that's going to be the right call. But we have a few rolls to use over here. I've got two sixes, so might as well cash in on those. I'm going to get done. Yeah, 18 cryo. I didn't actually ban us this time, but we gained stress. That's not good. Do not want stress. Align arrays, interface. Might as well align arrays. Raise up the level to make some more moolah. Oh, we didn't at all. Okay, nice. Let me go down to Guy's Gate, give a load of money. Let me order a rat. Oh, it gives us energy. I thought it might get rid of us stress, admittedly. It not. Let us have a sleep. And yeah, we'll scavenge fuel still. Can I scavenge cargo? Because I think cargo is actually worth a lot more. Well, it is worth a lot more than fuel. We've got loads of fuel back. Let's scavenge supplies. Go from there. I noticed it used to be that there was like this underworld sort of like hacking type game thing where like you go into the other world, which was like a data world, and sift through that. It doesn't seem to be a thing in this one, which is interesting. Really here, is it? Ah, we haven't done this bit. All the core chapter cruise. I didn't even realise we haven't. Let's look at this. Be good. Boom. Continue. As far as Spindle lives up to its name, its tall stature making it a real effort to travel from end to end. The local solution to this problem are the transit tunnels, massive tubes bolted onto the outside of the spindle that allow for rapid passage from the bottom. Did you find yourself in one of these cavernous passages? Bulky cargo haulers rushing by. You start to wonder if braving them is worth the effort. Back up! The shout rattles down the bare transit corridor like a gunshot and is rapidly followed by crunching impact. You spin back, pushing yourself against the side of the wide cylindrical passage. As you do, a hauler glides past, sending a rippling wave of air across you in its wake. When the roar subsides, you hear a string of expletives coming from nearby. A spiky-looking figure clutches some oddly shaped open-frame object. Gestures wildly at the vehicle as it glades by. Is that weird? Spiky air bike carrier. Oh, that's actually the bike. It looks like a Hogwarts sort of staff. Steampunk? Yeah, she spits an impressive blob of saliva down the tunnel, and it spirals in 0G. Turns to you in her anger. You see that? Like to slam me into the wall. Total dickhead. She taunts firmly. No shit, haulers hate us. She sniffs and looks you up and down. Not supposed to be in the transit system without a vehicle, she squints. Not like I care. What? But maybe you do? What about you? Right, sorry. Like I said, don't care. She rolls one of her shoulders, stretching out. You're new here, right? Is it that obvious? She shrugs sympathetically. I'm going to be ashamed of. Let me give you a tip. She begins checking her open frame vehicle, tightening bolts and untangling pipe. Avoid the haulers. Dickheads, a lot of them. Especially the water haulers. They think they're better than everyone. Don't mess with the stevedores, though. They're good people. Get treated like shit by everyone else, just like us. She rapidly plugs and unplugs a series of connectors. I'll show you the shortcuts. You look up. She looks up. And never ever get in the spindle jack's way. She smiles, spinning the vehicle's hand. Thanks. Nods. Alright then. She pauses, considering something, then suddenly she reaches into one of her many pockets and pulls out a small transparent rectangle, punched with holes. Text glints within it, reading, Cadet, Strike Line Express. You take it. Cadet. Oh, that's her name, Cadet. She flexes proudly. That's me. Strikeline is my outfit. Miles the dispatcher. Small outfit, but we punch above our weight. Dispatcher's here, in the spindle's core, but I run the transit tunnels up and down the spindle 10 times a cycle. You need anything moving on the spindle? Data, tech, messages, too hot, got a hard line? I'm fine, mate. I'll do that. She nods. Tell them I sent you, but make sure it gets to me. She kicks off the wall and mounts her bike, triggering a small burst of compression air to keep herself steady in the transit passage. You hear a buzz of distorted speech from what you assume is her dispatcher. That angles her head to a communicator and mutters back into it. Got a hot sleeper? She looks over at you and something flickers in her eyes. An idea, or perhaps a realization. You might be able to help me with something. Package that's been bothering me. Squints down the passage. Come to the officer's strip line in a few cycles and I'll show you. Sure. We'll call it a favour on account of me saving you from being flattened by a hauler. Now you better get out of here before another hauler tries to squish you. Step back as you twist the handlebars and a burst of air sends her flying down the transit corridor at a settling speed. You watch her go, slightly caught off guard by her final remark. What would a courier need you for? You turn the idea over in your head, and as you find a way out of the transit corridor back to safety of the main concourse. So that must be the transit corridor, and this. See, so these places are absolutely huge. It's just, I don't think the ships give it the true scale of how big these stations actually are. And I hope everyone here is actually enjoying this, because I'm really enjoying it. I'm just thinking we lose 3 every time we go. What are we on, the 2nd, right? So we might as well see if there's anything we can do now. They have something for us in 2 cycles or 4 cycles? 2 cycles, but we're going to be off on a mission by that point. Then we'll be back, so maybe that'll be perfect. Let's see if we can do some pressing them. Earn a meal, let's do it. That's impressive. Didn't quite impress, and we're going to leave on the next turn, but we'll do it when we get back. Letters. Oh, keep doing that. Hope the spindle doesn't get blown up too. Hey, no worries, Snyder. Thank you for being here, bud. Really appreciate it. Let's end this cycle and we'll head off on the beginning of the next turn. At least once we've gathered up a bit more supplies. We'll pay the money though. We've got plenty to pay ourselves up a little bit. Spend the trader hall. Pay my money. Let's fuel. Pay my money. Let's look this. Yeah, supplies cost so much more. Wow. And let's roll. Map. Hidden wreck, and then obviously we've got a belt map. So this is our inner area where we are now, and then this is all like crazy areas we can go to eventually. As an average required, there's a lot to go off. Honestly, it's quite cool. Quite cool. But let's head to the hidden wreck. We don't know what the payment will be, but it's from Eugen. Requires 2 fuel. Let's go. Let's go. We've got Bliss and Eugen coming with us. And obviously, because it's Eugen's mission, he has to come with us. That makes sense. This is not what you promised. Seraphin turns to Eugen with a raised eyebrow. Looking out across the field of debris, scattered around the small asteroid whose gravity has kept them here, you have to agree. Where do you even start looking? The rig, your refuge. Oh no, that's the suds. That's our little ship here. Some destroyed sort of ship that maybe hit an asteroid at some point? Not looking great though. Eugen shrugs, unfazed. I said the wreck was hidden and transponder off. No flight records. I didn't say it was intact. If it was an easy job, I wouldn't have come with your crew. Could have just grabbed it myself, he winks. We all earn our share. There's definitely more than one wreck. Bliss is leaning towards the window, staring out at the glint in debris. I see at least 3, maybe 4 different engine housing out there. Seraphin sighs. You really think there's something of value to be pulled out from all that? You know, I know there is. My tip-off is good. We just need to find the right part. He looks out of the wide field of debris. Of the right ship. Any clues? What I know is that the wreck with an item of great value is out there. That's it. He unstraps from a seat. Are you all afraid of some hard work? Is that it? Seraphin starts laughing. So you're telling me we don't know what we're looking for, where it is, or what it's worth? Trust me or don't, Eugen shrugs. This will be worth your while. This is a hot tip. Sleeper, please. Seraphin turns to you, exasperated. Suddenly, a percussive beep interrupts the conversation. All of you turn your attention to Seraphin's terminal. What the? He taps a few keys. We've got an incoming ship. The transponder just popped up. See? Eugen smiles. What did I say? The hot tip. You better claim it before they do. He jabs a finger at the readout. Okay, clock's ticking. See a few obvious sights, large bits of debris, clear hull sections. We should focus on those. Listen clips from their seat and glides out of the cockpit. See you lucky kids in the airlock. Ready, Cat? Eugen slaps you on the shoulder and kicks off through the cockpit door. Turn to Seraphin. I do not like that guy. Seraphin shakes his head. Give him a chance. Seraphin turns back to his terminal. Hey, you're the one who's gotten me out there with him. Has to go out there with him. Look. Seraphin glances over his shoulder. Just be careful. You nod and glide through the cockpit door. Already trying to map the scattered debris in your mind. Right, we've got shuttle, shattered wrecks, hissed asteroid, and transponder signal. So we've got 2. Sovereign is detected transport of an incoming vessel who's on your trail. And what do they want? Alright, which one do we want to do first? We've got Shattered Rex, Pitted Asteroid, and Crushed Shuttle. Ooh. I'll try Shattered Rex. Analyze the debris, dive the debris. So I'm quite good at that. Eugene's quite good at that. Bliss is not good at either. Is there any of these which will be done quicker? Let's see, that's a little bit quicker. And this is not quick. Let's do the shuttle actually, because this is the quickest of the lot. I can throw my 4s into here, which will pump this up quite nicely. Bliss can take part in this one as well. Eugene cannot. Fine. I'm good with that. I don't know what really can go wrong on this one, so I might as well just go for it on some of the rolls. There's nothing to break, if you will. Oh, my bad. Let me Bliss, if you could. That's not a great roll, but we'll live with that. Bliss took stress. He's not good at either, but that is still not a terrible roll. He just needs a positive outcome. He did not get the positive outcome. Okay, that's not great. Is there any that I can just use his 4 on? That one I can. Does the Shattered Wreck got anything he can use his 4 on? It does. Another 3. I'll leave it for now because I just had a chance like that and just fail. So let's end this cycle. Okay, not the best rolls from me, but they've had mediocre rolls. This isn't too bad. Let me use one of my mediocres because it'll be positive no matter what now, and get in there. We've all got a little bit of stress, but not too much. Let's see what we've got in here. Scrape the terminals. Banks of terminals line the shuttle interior path. There is something useful hidden on the decaying drives. Data trawl. The shuttle might have the data you need, but extracting it means systematically working through its systems. It's not great, but that's another long thing. It's fine. So that we can do it is the issue. We'll have to figure something out on that front. That's fine. We'll get that next turn if all goes well. Scattered Wreck. Let's try this. Gin. Dive the debris, please. Nothing Bliss can do on this part, which is a shame. Okay, that was free. That's quite good. Can Bliss do anything here? Bliss can do something here. Bliss, we leave it in your hands. You can search the wreckage. You've got it. Hey, run smoother now, Sleeper. Nice. Let's end the cycle because they're pretty bad rolls now. Don't want to do anything that's too dangerous. But they've arrived. Eugene, you piece of shit, where are you? The distorted voice rattles through the ship as you are all finishing your breakfast in the mess. Everyone turns to look at Eugene. Seraphim already shaking his head. Vesna, he says under his breath. You suddenly recall the steel-eyed captain who confronted Eugene in the Gaia back at the far spindle. Open this airlock before I do something I regret. As her voice echoes through the room, you realise she must be at the rig's entry lock, using the comm panel out there to speak to the ship. Let her in. You kick off towards the door, but Seraphim drifts between you and the exit. Sleeper, you sure about this? You can see he's angry, but he's looking at you for reassurance. Relax, I've got this. Seraphim raises an eyebrow. Allow your confidence, Sleeper, but the moment this starts to go south, he shoots Eugene with a glance, with booting them both out. Eugene follows as you glide down the airlock and hit the control for an exterior door. Let me handle her. Eugene gives you a nod. You've done enough. He looks away annoyed, but drifts back a little. You watch as the airlock cycles, and you see the silhouette of Vesna through the viewing window, and she removes the helmet of her suit. Prepare yourself for whatever comes next. Hoping that Seraphim is somewhere nearby. Thank you. Vesna floats through the airlock door, her eyes implant making it hard to read her expression. Prefer not to have to stand outside, banging on the door. She turns to Eugene, seeing him behind you. I also prefer it when my contractors don't try to screw me over. Let her talk to Eugene. Is this how you treat all your clients, Eugene? Promise to deliver the coordinates they helped you to find, and then instead, where you find out their value, go to another crew to try to steal the prize out from under their nose. I knew you were an amateur, she smiles. I didn't know you were an idiot too. Tell whatever stories you want, Vesna. Until I am paid, there is no deal. Eugene smiles. Did you pay me, Vesna? Vesna looks frustrated. You know as well as I do that payment comes on receipt of the coordinates. Well, sorry to say, I won't be able to deliver, Eugen shrugs, heels off. You piece of shit. Vesna hands goes to her hip. Now, you're a guest on this ship. Seraphin's voice comes from someone behind you. Let's all remember that. Turn back to see Seraphin holding a bolter at his waist, its wide muzzle trained on Vesna. Vesna lets her hand loose at her side, abandoning her threat. Of course, she sighs. Thought you might all see this breach of trust in this situation, but I was wrong. I don't want to escalate this. Oh, that, we are agreed. He backs a little towards the airlock. Eugen, she looks at the freelancer. Don't think I'll back off. My team can find this thing faster than any mongrel crew. He smiles. First the prize takes all. May the better crew win. Indeed. He smiles. Vesna slips back into the airlock and hits the control panel. The doors scissor shut. Eugen suddenly tumbles forward as something hits him in the side of the head. Idiot! Seraphin stands behind Eugen, having swung the heavy muzzle of the whole bolter directly into his head. If you ever put this crew in danger like that again... Stop! Sleeper, you know I value your kindness and your patience, but this idiot almost got us killed. Seraphin is breathing heavily, his anger apparent. He still might. Eugen catches himself on the wall. It's okay. He wiped a little blood from his forehead. I get it. That was sloppy. The whole thing is sloppy. Seraphin bristles. This is how you get yourself killed. As much as I'm enjoying this display of aggression and idiocy, this voice comes from behind you all. We still got a contract to complete. They push past, start suiting up, and now we have competition. We should leave. Seraphin slings the whole bolter across his shoulder. Cut our losses. Now wait. Eugen wipes the corner of his mouth with the back of his hand. All this and you give up and turn tail. Eugen is right. I think we'll stay. Shit, Seraphin sighs. You are right. Alright. Flies over to Eugen and pats him on the shoulder. Time for you to prove your worth. I'll be watching. Ooh, that was a bit heated. New location discovered. Vesna's hunt. Vesna is determined to find the wreckage and claim supplies. If you don't get to it first, it'll be all for nothing. So we have 3 cycles. Right, and that's exactly how many supplies we have left. Right, shuttle interior. We can get that this turn. Let me use my 5s. Save the 6 for now. I know I'm using up a 5, but I might as well. We have 10 2 6s left. We'll find out anything. Go my the data you needed. Systems. Let's see if we can get anything. No, we got nothing from it. Right. This. Let's see if we can get into this bad boy. Analyze the 3. Get through this as quickly as possible without doing any danger ourselves. It doesn't look like it's particularly dangerous. Things can still go awry. Come on. You get it. You get it. You get it. Yes. Right, that's one more done. Well, to the next stage, that is. Unlock with Cypher. Unstable Cypher. Done. This as well. We've already got it. This interior is open. In. Slice the wreckage. Clear the doors. So then curtain, but we'll be safer. Slice the wreckage. We'll only use that max. Like Bliss has. Oh yeah, and Bliss is really good at stuff like this as well. Not about that. That feels good for this turn. And what's the pitted asteroid saying? Search the wreckage, clear the wreckage. No good rolls here though. 2 is like a 50-50 chance, which is a bit much for my blood. Oh, we had really bad rolls. Wow, really bad rolls. At least Bliss had a good one, that's what we need. And I have a fairly good one, we can still work with this. Hopefully mine all peak out. That would be brilliant if you class as a 6. Super positive? Yes, that's what we love to see. The cargo bay doors shudder open in silence as Eugen levels them apart. This is it, the final layer to pull back before you reach Eugen's mysterious prize. You can't help but feel a little excited. There's also a sense of satisfaction to the idea that you beat Vesna's crew to the wreck. You found it, you cracked it open, and now you will be the one to reap the rewards. Focus on the job. Oh my god, I need more water. Good heavens, I say. The doors are open enough for a person to glide through now. Beyond, there is only the darkness of the cargo bay. You follow Eugen in, the headlamps on your suit lighting his back and the dusty void beyond. See the boxes appear, as if by magic, out of the dark. Eugen glides past them. Does he not see them? You stop and take a look at the loot. A stack of 4 sealed boxes sit in the middle of the bay. Their armoured exteriors caked in dust. You wipe it away and squint at the aging label. They look like industrial ship components, still sealed, totally untouched. In the belt, where most tech has been through hundreds of hands, patched up and reconfigured, this is a solid haul. But not that kind of haul that gets crews fighting over it. Something doesn't add up. They aren't here, Eugen's voice crackles through the radio. What? Back wall of the bay. Come see me. You kick off the crates and glide through the dark until you see Eugen in the back wall of the cargo bay, and something that confuses you for a second. A black shape, a ragged circle, around Eugen. You squint inside it, tiny lights twinkle. It takes you a moment, but you slowly realise that you are looking through a hole in the wall to the stars beyond. Someone beat us to it. His voice is flat. They are long gone. Vesna? No, he points. Look at the edges. This was a long time ago. They punched in and took it. What was it? Eugen turns back to you, his face pale in your torch headlights. Seems to be lost for words. Folks, Bliss's voice comes through the suit comms channel. I've got Seraphim telling me Vesna's crew are heading this way, so whatever you've got in there, if you want to keep it, grab it and get out now. I'm already heading for the rig. I'll get the cargo bay open and prep for your arrival. They pause. Don't dawdle. Go now. Eugen suddenly seems to regain his focus. The crates he nods. Let's grab them and go. Glide back across the bay, your mind still racing with questions. Something about Eugen's reaction tells you there was something he was expecting to find here. If that was the case, you think, is yet another lie he's told you. You both reach the crates and quickly lash them together, guiding them weightlessly out of the room between you. As you do, you meet eye with Eugen and he looks away. I really hope you two idiots are on your way back, Seraphim shouts over the radio, because Vesna's boy is just about to reach that wreck you're on. We're inbound, Eugen quickly responds, then clicks his radio off. Well, Seraphim continues. Tell me, what ancient and powerful treasure did you find in that thing? Gold? Conway Warhead? 3 crates of components. Seriously, Seraphim pauses sleeper. Me and you are going to need to have a serious chat. You cross the debris field to the ship in silence. Your eyes on the scrap for a sign of Vesna's crew. You don't think they'd ambush you, then again, you wouldn't put it past them. As you reach the cargo bay and glide the crates through the open door, you shoot Eugen a final glance. Give me time, he says quietly over the radio. I'll explain in time. Consider pressing him, even shouting at him, but you realise there'll be plenty of time for you on the journey back past Spindle. For now, you just want to get out of here. Can we do anything? I mean, we're not like on a time rush anymore. I do kind of want to see if there's anything we can grab from here. Might as well. We'll do the 2. I wouldn't normally, but even if he's upset, the stress will go away on the way back. We lose 5 stress on the return journey. So we might as well, I'll end this cycle, and the next day we'll try and get in there. It might be something, it might be nothing, who knows. Who knows, but we're going to find out. See if we can get in there. Wasn't too bad. If his rolls go well, at least if he has a positive in there, we should get in. We got him. He's not happy, but we got him. Have a scrap. Among the debris, parts of his cutter are still in good condition. With some work, you might be able to extract some good scrap. Hers doesn't work, though. It's only Eugen that can really do this. He's not exactly in the best mood, so if he fails this, you can do it. Okay, brilliant. What did we get? Among the debris, neutral. Oh, okay. Still got a little bit to go yet, but we've got loads of rare components, which is nice enough. It's actually not that bad. We'll do one more turn and then we'll fly back the next turn. We won't take no. I don't know if they lose stress from us doing this though. Supply's empty. Okay, they're not looking great, but they're not upset yet. That's why we have to head back this turn physically. So let's do that. He had the worst rolls physically possible. Let's hope that Bliss's 4 is able to have a solid outcome. Didn't at all. Hope my 3 is a solid outcome. If not, we're flying back empty-handed. We got a negative outcome. We're leaving. That's a shame. And he had the worst rolls physically possible on the last turn. That's annoying. Matt, let us leave. -5 stress on the journey back. Though I'm sure it's not going to be enough stress for him to lose because he's about to get absolutely jibbed. Oh, we lost a health on one of our dice. I didn't realise. Eugen has spent the journey back to the fast spindle avoiding Seraphim as best he can. It might be that he's afraid. but you get the feeling it's more likely that you've been making himself scarce out of a genuine sense of regret. Regret? Regret. Seraphim, however, doesn't see his behaviour so favourably. Slimy shit won't even show his face. Seraphim complains loudly as he finalises docking. But as in a spacer crew's sight, with no care for anyone but himself. Stay silent. You hear the rustle of movement behind your head and turn to see Eugene in the cockpit's doorway, a rare, serious expression on his face. I owe you all an explanation. His voice is low and steady. Believe it or not, this was not my plan. Yeah, your plan was to find the loot in that wreck and split with it, wasn't it, big man? Seraphim glares at Eugene. No, Eugene gives him a tired look. It wasn't. Hear him out, Seraphim. Bliss cuts in from the back of the cockpit. Lester's been searching for a ship. Eugene looks over your heads. The fast spindle, an infamous ship. Because that ship's already had a ship, Seraphim interrupts. That was part of the problem. Not a rig, Eugene looks down towards him. A fraction drive ship, an interstellar ship. That seems to shut Seraphim up. You don't blame him. An interstellar ship here in the belt? That's tech from the core systems. Why didn't you say? I shouldn't even be telling you now, Eugene frowns. Word gets out that there's a factory fresh fraction ship somewhere in the belt. People kill for less. He shakes his head. Gangs kill for much less. You're telling me there's a fraction ship that no one has ever found been sitting here? Since when? Seraphim shakes his head. Since the collapse. Believe it or not, that's exactly it. Eugene looks to you. Vesna put me on the trail. He wanted me to find its location for repayment. He looks away. An old bet. But the moment I found the data that verified its existence, that confirmed the ship was out there, I couldn't give it to her. And that's when you found me. Why keep it from her? Eugene folds his arms. You may have met Vesna, but you don't know her. Eugene eyes meet your eyes. She's one of the last people in the belt who should have a ship like that. Well, no one has that ship now. That even exists. Need I remind you that I wasn't there, Seraphim shrugs. Your data was a bust. No, Eugene shakes his head. I was there once. Those wrecks? Those were the ships that fought over the fraction ship. A bunch of Solheim corporates who wanted to get out of the system when it all came down. That ship was their ticket. The Ophelio Path. Eugene looks out at the fast spindle. It was there, but someone moved it, hid it, long before we got there. Leave the belt, sign me up. Sounds like a fantasy to me. Eugene nods. I believe in this fantasy, Sleeper. Eugene inhales long and deep. I'm sorry, Sleeper. He looks at Bliss and Seraphim, and to you both as well. I wanted to keep this secret. I wanted to find a Ophelio Path, and I knew that, if I did, you would understand. Still, I was wrong to manipulate you. He bows his head. But I'm not done. He raises his head, his gaze and hard now. I will find the ship, and I will leave the belt. How will you do that? Seraphim shoots him a sly look. With no ship of your own and Vesna on your back. Eugene ignores him and moves closer to you. Sleeper, I will uphold ideal. I will serve on your crew, and when I have news of the Ophelion, you will know. How can I trust you? Only you can hold that answer. Only you can answer that, Sleeper, Eugene sighs. I'd give my word if it was worth anything. Seraphim turns to you. I know, I'm always saying it. I always say it, but this time you have to listen, Sleeper. Seraphim gestures Eugene. This guy's no good. I've known his type. Don't bring him. This can be your escape too, Sleeper. Eugene meets your eye. I'm going to make this decision. I want your guys' feedback, because I know there's a few of us in at the moment. I don't know if anyone's here or not. But give me your opinions. I'm just going to quickly go to the toilet, and I'll be back in a minute to make this decision, okay? 1 second. Oh, thank you. return. Sorry about the wait. Sorry about the wait. Right. I just kicked the side of the table out. Let me grab a water as well. Oh my god. I think that ran off from that as well. I have a leg rest that goes out from the chair, and I just got my leg caught in the middle of that leg rest and bent it. Oh, that actually really hurt. Oh, that's silly. Right, let's make this decision. Oh, you're a skeptic sleeper, Eugen meets your eye. See, but it's a fantasy, but if it is real, we've got it. If we don't do it, we're never going to find it. Well, I'm sure Cadet would probably join our crew. I don't mind Cadet. A bit rough mouth, but trust her. And this guy's already split off his crew. Get off my ship. I don't trust him. So be it. You heard them. Seraphim gets up from his seat. Get out of here. Eugen looks between you and then ducks out of the cockpit. A few moments later, you hear the hiss of the exterior door opening. Good riddance. Seraphim leaves the cockpit. This gives you a nervous look. I hope I never gave you cause to be treated like that. They slip out before you can respond. You stare out of the cockpit at the lights of the fast spindle. Trust, once broken, cannot be rebuilt, and you have to trust your crew. Drive failed. Ah, this is the one. Sleeper. Cadet drifts from the shadows outside Bliss's Bay. Looking around nervously as she approaches, seems like I'm going to need to call in that favour. Face is pale and deathly serious. Are you okay? She doesn't seem to hear you. Distracted by a group of spacers gliding noisily down the passage behind her, she waits until they pass. Someone hits strip line. No idea what Kamal is. No idea where Kamal is. Bunch of goons tearing the place apart as we speak. She screws up her face in pain. Even tried to grab me, but those muscleheads are slow. Why would someone attack a courier? No idea. She shakes her head. These were typical renter thugs. Could have been anyone with chits to burn. Remember that package I asked your help with? The one that was bothering me? Remember you mentioning it? I reckon it's got something to do with it. The job was a bust, an express run all the way to the underhang. But when I got there, no one home. He was whispering now, leaning closer. The place was smashed up. Someone got there first. Should have dumped the package and ran. But I brought it back like a good girl, stashed in a safe spot at the strip line. Though the sender might come to recover it, and when they didn't, well, I got curious, popped it open. She shakes her head, stupid thing to do. Inside was a drive encrypted to hell and back. When I ran into you, well, I heard sleepers are good with data, with tech, so I thought you might be able to take a look at it. She shrugs, and our script line's trashed too. Here's the thing, she glances around. Back when I popped it open, I noticed the driver had a dispatch marker, export. Could it be connected to export getting atomized? Yeah, that's where I'm at too. This thing was sent out from just there, just before it got cooked. She pauses, and with the kind of attention I've been getting the past couple of cycles, she slips a hand terminal from her bag, taps a couple of times and holds it up to you. Cadet stares out at you from the screen, straight-faced and pale. Beside her, you see, in black couple, Spindlejack KD754 in breach of fast spindle codes B12 plus F34, ruled for information leading to capture, considered dangerous. The kids blasted it on the transit tunnels. Every Spindlejack holder and freight carrier is going to be watching for me. He pulls back the hand terminal angrily, stuffing it away in her bag. Something's going on. Anyone who can help? She looks away. Spindlejacks don't make friends easily. I know all the couriers I do know are looking to turn me in for a payout. Snaps her head to her side, her eyes flashing with anger. Why do you think I'm here? It's time for that favour, Sleeper. She meets your eyes. My connection's burned. Hell, my whole career is gone. I need to fight back. If I walk away, there's nothing to walk away to. She softens a little. I need your help. What can I do? I need you to get the drive. She takes a breath. If they want it that much, then I can use it to buy my way out of this shit show. And I tucked it away somewhere safe, so my guess is they haven't got it yet. You just slip in, I'll give you the location and pull that thing out. Folds her arms, should be simple. Okay, let's do it. She nods seriously. Thank you. Look, if this thing turns out to be worth something, you'll get back your due. All I want is my life back. The driver's in the workshop. There's a loose panel behind the airbag rack. She leans in. It's taped to the back of the fuse box inside. I've got to keep heading down the spindle to the overhang. Past the end of the transit tunnels. No one will wrap me out there. She glances around. I'll come find you when it's done. I've still some network access. I'll know when you go in. She winks, offering no further explanation. My bike's locked up nearby. I got a hop. pauses. Do me this favour, then we are clear. Stay safe. Doing my best, sleeper. She gives you a mock salute. She flips back into the shadows, and a few moments later you hear the percussive pulse of an air bike accelerating away. You know at least what it's like to be on the run, to flee your life. And in that, you feel an empathy, connection with Cadet. But from every other angle, this thing looks like bad news. The kind of sensible person would steer well clear from. Perhaps you would steer well clear if it wasn't for one detail that's stuck in your mind. Drive is from Hexport. Is all that enough to send you down to Stripline in search of the drive? Only time will tell. Yeah! Let's go! Where is it? Stripline Express. Cut your way in, scope security. The rent-a-thugs, this. We're decent enough at both. But we've had some really bad rolls this run. We'll sleep and then get in there the next turn. Because they are really bad rolls. That actually turned out really well. They must have maxed out. But we've had some really bad rolls this run. Let's change that. Come on, guys. Ooh, total 3. I'm hungry. Before we go in there, let's run the old guy's place and get all some kelp cupcakes. I know they're kelp cakes, but cupcakes sound much nicer, doesn't it? Let's go out some more security. All spy-like and sneak away. That didn't go very well. This will go way better. Yeah. I'm sure this will go equally as well. Yep. This goes even better. Positive. Okay, nearly there. One more turn. And what's our focus right now? Fuel or supplies? Oh, we're focusing supplies and we got none. That's just not great. Might as well focus fuel and I'll buy the supplies if we don't get any. Hello, Honor. How are you, buddy? How are you? How are you doing? Great to have you in. How are you? I've just said that like 4 times in a row. Nice. You're good? Nice. Nice. Right, let's get this data. Positive either way, and I know that we'll get it. Scope security. Time to dive. Pipeline, like courier dispatch. You slide the loose panel away from the wall, letting it float here. Inside the airbike rack. Behind it, in the dark, you see the blinking light of the fuse box. A noise nearby draws your attention for a moment. Scrape of the sliding door maybe? Or just some old system cycling in the wall? It took long enough to gain access to the Stripline Express bike garage, and longer still to find a safe route to the airbike racks. But you're almost there. You've seen and heard the hired muscles searching and guarding this place, but have been lucky enough not to come face to face with them yet. PlayStation's under maintenance. I'm here downloading Sims 4. Oh no! What's happened to your PlayStation, bud? And Sims 4 is a good game. It is a good game. You turn back to the darkness behind the panel. If what that said is right, the driver's taped to the back of the fuse box in front of you. You reach through carefully and around slowly. Carefully. Oh, you reach through and around slowly, carefully, and your hand settles on something cold and metallic in the dark. It is taped firmly to the box. You pull at it, but it doesn't budge. Quiet rattle echoes from the dispatch office next door, and you freeze for a second. It seems the cadet was a little too enthusiastic with the tape. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Peel the tape. Neutral outcome. Okay, I'll take that. Close your eyes and peel for the seams of the tape. Taking your time, you pick at it, working each piece away from the drive. You hear a clattering sound nearby as you peel off the final pieces, and the drive spins into your hand. Time to move. You slip the drive inside your coat and kick away from the wall, gliding back towards the maintenance corridor you entered from. As you cross the bike garage, you hear voices in the dispatch office next door. Just as you tuck yourself in the cool darkness of the maintenance corridor, a screech indicates the opening of a door from the office next door. Voices rumble through the room, and you quickly and quietly push yourself deeper into the guts of the building. Too close. Barely daring to breathe, you carefully make your way through the maze of passages that brought you here, their doglegs and dead ends now familiar. Eventually you spot a thin slit of light ahead, marking the loose panel you levered open to gain entrance. Take a deep breath. Almost there. As you reach the gap, you freeze. Voices rumble from beyond, and peering through, you see two figures in dark clothing searching the chaotic bay behind the strip line. Your eyes are drawn to the boxy weapons one holds at their side. Shit, you hear silently to yourself, your eyes searching for a path open. I still watch and play my games, just can't play online and talk to friends and maintenance. Oh, sorry, so it's just like a everyone on PlayStation thing. Fair enough. I will wait for an opening. Yeah. But there, fair enough, bud. Hope you enjoy just chilling for a bit. It's nice to be away from the internet sometimes. And also not at the same time. You wait silent and still. As the figures search, they split and drift across the bay. You take the chance, sliding open the panel and slipping behind the scrap and boxes at the edge of the room. Tucked into the shadows, you make your way to the far side of the bay, the public passage beyond. There's a hiss and the guttural chatter of a pressure valve as an air bike pulls up beside you in the passage. Cadet leans over and grabs the collar of your coat. Hop on! In a moment, you're on the back of the air bike, clutching the strap of Cadet's bag as she guns it down the passage, the air resistance almost ripping you from the thin seat. You lean against her back and let out a sigh, the drive pressing into your ribs beneath your jacket. You did it. You still alive back there? Cadet's voice brings you back from the hypnotic rhythm of the tunnel lights rushing past the air bike. She slows the bike with a rapid series of hisses, and you realise she has brought you back to the passage outside Bliss's Bay. Try to understand the route she took, long loop through the branching transit tunnels of station, but give up. Oh, you're chilling in bed drinking tea? Nice. What kind of tea are you drinking? You can let go now. She straightens up, and you unhook your fingers from the bag strap separating yourself from her back. You push off the bike gently, and float in the passage beside her. You okay? It's pretty rough back there, she smiles. Appreciate you putting it all on the line for me. It's all good. She nods. You got the drive then? You fish the drive out of your jacket and hand it over. That's the one. She squints at it. Should have chucked it when I had the chance. You get your first good look at it, and there's not much to see. A small lump of solid slate memory with a few markers on the case. You spot a yellow hex among them. Export. Irish brand name Barry's Tea. Ooh, fair enough. Well, I hope Barry's Tea is very nice. What now? This better be worth it. Around. What now? She winks, slides her bag around to her shoulder to the front and slots the drive neatly into a pocket. I know someone in the scatter yards who can crack anything. It would be my first port of call to crack this thing open. She stretches her shoulders, and I should make myself scarce from the spindle anyway, before those dickheads catch up with me. Come with us. Appreciate the offer, but I think it's best if we go our separate ways for now. 2 targets are harder to track than 1. Cycles the pressure valve on the bike impatiently. Cadet leans away from her bike, squinting out of the viewing window at your ship behind. Is that yours? She doesn't wait for an answer. If I'm not mistaken, that old thing is going to struggle to reach the scatter yards, unless you've added a HasNav unit. HasNav? Yeah. Belt between here and scatter yards is drowning in debris, worse since export. You need hazard navigation to make the crossing safely. Optic Syndicate created the tech to help their tankers cross the belt. Common knowledge. Cadet nods at your ship. Maybe if you head up to the Wellsprings, you can barter or steal a suit. A sweet, she asks casually. Here, Cadet unties a bag lashed to a bike frame and holds it out to you. Not enough for a refit, but maybe you'll find some use for them. You take the bag and something clinks inside of it as you do. You open to see a couple of engine components. I was going to use them to boost her and taps the frame of her air bike. But you deserve them. She meets your eye, then looks away. Not like I'll be doing any runs for a while anyway. Thanks. It's nothing. Like I said, you deserve them. She flexes her fingers on the bike handles, eager to be away. Cadet's air bike stutters and purrs, trembling in the air like an arrow ready to be loose. See you around. She winks and guns the throttle, zipping off down the passage with a pulse of air that ripples through your clothes. Good strong stuff, yeah, I like it. You stare after her as she goes, the bag of components still hanging from your hand. So we followed Eugen's story. He had lied, and though it might have been good in the future, I didn't trust him enough. Once trust is broken, we can't trust him. He's already skimped out on one crew. What's to stop him doing the same to us? I just couldn't really trust him. I know he's got his own reasons, so I've released ourselves from Eugen. We're just helping out some people. Welcome back, Mr. Snyder. But yeah, we're just figuring out what we're doing now, but we're going to make off to one of the new 2 locations. You realise as you look down the passage that you never asked how Cadet plans to get to the scatter yards. That question, like a score of others, will have to wait until you run into her net. Although you have a feeling she will find a way to slip away, We can ask them next time too. You head back towards your ship to stow the components, hardly wondering if you could justify bringing an air bike to Seraphin as you do so. One new drive available, minor core, minor drive complete, so we've got 2 points. It's nice, so we can either use, we can use 2 points to, well, this is for our push roll. Random, reroll random dice, plus 1 rolled. That could be good. Or we could wait another 2. I'll wait another 2. These aren't too crazy. So push, we gain stress when we're out on a mission, but we can push to kind of re-roll our dice and do extra things. But it's not always great, to be honest with you. But now we have to make a due to the station as we are out of time, if you will. Time to go. But we've got a load of money from our missions and stuff. So we've got engine components, rare components, Solheim data, scrap components, some supplies, fuel, and some moolah. Let us be off. So I'm going to grab Number's Kitchen. We never actually finished up this, sadly. Don't know if we're going to actually do anything here. Let's find out. Spindle Sleeper, Number wants to see you. Number wants to see you. You nod to the other volunteers as you wipe off your hands and clip your cutlery to the magnetic rack. You drift out of the improvised canteen on your way to the kitchen in the back. It was a busy shift, and each shift seems busier than the last. That makes sense, of course. You've seen the steady flow of refugees arriving from the inner system. Most of them, with barely a chip to their name, end up in the underhang. As you cross into the kitchen, you can still hear the rumble of the refugees' conversations through the hatch. The other chef leads you past the rehydrators and the hand-built centrifugal oven to a small office unit at the back of the kitchen. They knock on the door for you and glide away to finish their own meal, leaving you to wait by it. You look around at the small but carefully arranged kitchen as you wait, your shifts here having left you familiar with the mix of improvised and salvaged equipment, some of which you've never seen before you came here. Come in, Sleeper. Number is perched at a desk, uplit by a small transparent terminal screen, reading glasses perched at the end of his nose. You're about seeing my Sims 4 game is downloaded? Hope it is. I hope you enjoy it if it is, bud. A precise humanitarian chef, Nemba. You've seen Nemba before, but not as much as you'd imagine you would like while working at a place called Nemba's Kitchen. Even though there isn't a proper sign out front, everyone in the underhang knows its name. The man himself is more of a mystery. Apart from the occasional barked order in the busy kitchen, he is little more than a blur to you. Why do you work here? He barely looks up from his terminal screen, the scrolling text reflecting his lenses. I want to help. Feels good, I like to stay busy. I want to help. Nemba stopped scrolling the screen and looked over his glasses at you. You do well here, Sleeper. You are fast, precise, you're doing good work. Scrolls back to scrolling. Thanks. Nemba lifts his hands in response. That's my worry, Sleeper. Good workers like you, they move on fast. He leans back and looks at you. 10 cycles, maybe more, maybe less, and then they are gone. And the team gets used to having them here, gets used to working at that pace. Then suddenly, they have to work differently. They have to pick up the slack, change job, change stations. A few of them think, well, maybe it's time I moved on too. So what I've found is, good workers are trouble, especially those who come and go, like you. He pauses watching you. Let him speak. This place here runs on consistency, Sleeper. Those that turn up every cycle, good or bad, they get the people fed. He takes off his reading glasses. He's fed them for smudges. Let's be honest, that ain't you. So let's cut it. I can't use you in the kitchen anymore. You're done, he shrugs. Sorry. But this place also runs on all those machines out there. On the suppliers I can rope in, the donations. Feeding refugees from the inner system is logistics as much as chefing. He shakes his head, which is why I'm cooped up in the back. So maybe you're gone. I'll never see you again, okay? Thanks for coming. We'll soldier on without you. But maybe you still want to be useful? Maybe I heard you have a ship. He smiles at you. Yeah, maybe I heard you chatting. And maybe I have a little something held up in a place only a ship like yours can reach. I negotiate the purchase of some valuable inner system spores from a group that came from there. But they somehow ended up at the depot in Greenbelt. Number size. So, if you head to Greenbelt and you find the delivery and you bring it back well, Number looks at you pointedly, that would be helping. That would be the kind of helping a good worker, even a consistent worker, might be able to offer. Number squints at you. Seems like the kind of thing that someone genuine, someone who wants to help for real might do. Don't you think? He doesn't wait for your reply, but it also seems like the kind of thing that might sit on a list of priorities for so long it disappears and never gets done. I've seen that happen too. I guess we'll find out which it is. He definitely places his reading glasses back on his face and continues to scroll the screen on the terminal. You know the way out, Sleeper. You turn the door, slightly taken aback, and it slides shut behind you. Glide out through the kitchen, through the improvised canteen and the people eating and chatting there, into the cold underhang passageways beyond. All the time considering what you might do next, and recalling that persuasive glint in Nenda's eyes. Another drive, another way to live. Right, time for us to skedaddle. Map, we haven't got anything immediate, so we can either head to Flotsam, I guess if we head to one of these though, we can head through. If we head to the Helium Gate, we can head to Holmes Rock. But if we head to Flotsam, we're going to be stuck there. Ooh. I don't want to see what's below here because it's kind of cut off. But we will get there. Oh, Helium Gate or Flotsam? What's the thoughts, my friends? What's the thoughts? Because I'm just thinking, if we head to Helium Gate, we could head to Holmes Rock. But if we head to Flotsam, we might have to head that. Ooh, because we can't head through there yet. This still might class it, even though there's a lot less debris. Flotsam or Helium Gate. Derelict Solheim checkpoint. Ramshackle Flotilla. I know Flotsam had something for us originally. This is how we... I didn't even realise! This is how we navigate this. There's Wellspring. Okay. Okay. This is how we navigate this. And welcome back, Honor. Was it installed, bud? Right, we're just figuring out where we're going to go next. But that is a lot of stuff we can go to. I think, then, hear me out, we head to Flotsam if we can get a nice drive. Then head to Holmes Rock. Then to Wellspring. Yeah. And then we'll head back on ourselves. The Helium Gate. Then down to Greenbelt. Then if we can go Dark Side and all the other systems. Right, let's do it. We're going to go to Flotsam. -3 hunt during travel. Boom! Off we go. Oh, dude, that's so cute. She's just sitting in a little ball on a rug on the floor, which she finds quite comfy. Let's have a drink. It's hard to tell where Flotsam ends and the ship's part in its many docking bridges begin. As everything docks with the station, you realise that the rig now looks just like another piece of accumulated technology. One more bit of driftwood added to the raft. I love this place. Seraphin smiles as he shuts down the engine. You never know what you'll find. You've been here before? Yeah, back when I first came to the belt. The crew I signed on with used to run salvage jobs out here. Fun place to spend your wages. You see Bliss eyeing the station with what looks like horror and fascination. You see the seals? They point out some twisted assemblage of parts. Total cowboy world. Pop any moment. Sovereign waves away the concerns. Oh, that's just the outer layer. I heard there's 6 or 7 in all. So if one fails, it's no problem. He stretches and turns to you. You've got to taste some of the stuff they grow in all. Okay. He kisses his fingers. That's the good stuff. Oh, great, Bliss sighs. So many layers of redundancy and fallbacks that you have no hope of isolating a leak and fixing it. They'll wrap the wall of the rig. Sounds like a ship I know. Crew of Bliss. She smiles as you join in with the joke, but Seraphin doesn't look impressed. I got you out here, didn't she? She got you out here, didn't she? He looks between the two of you. No sense of gratitude. I was joking! Bliss looks a little hurt and drifts out of the cockpit, shaking her head. You go follow her, but Seraphin puts a hand on your shoulder. Sleeper? He looks suddenly serious. Remember what I said about getting checked out? There are artificers all over this place. It will take a bit of searching, but we need to know what's going on with you. He meets your eyes. That's why we're here. I'll handle it. Afraid I'll go haywire? That's why we're here. Hey! I like the point of the sunglasses. I like it. Oh! It's fine. It's fine. I forgot to do my ad read. It's fine. That's why we're here. I'll handle it. Afraid I'll go haywire? That's why we're here. Good. Seraphin nods. Let me know what they say. I'm going to see if any of my old haunts are still open. He drifts out of the cockpit with a mock salute. Catch you later. You're left alone in the cockpit with a view of Flotsam's chaotic structure. You look over the multicolored plating. It does, you admit, have a certain charm. Let's have a look at this place. Explore. Keep forgetting that. Ooh. Alright, Flotsam Hub. Analyze structure, explore Flotsam. We can do both actually. We shouldn't do both in the same sort of way. Might as well. And how's everyone doing? How's everyone finding this, by the way? I hope you're enjoying it. I know it can seem a little bit different, this game, but that's kind of the point of it, to be honest. But it's enjoyable. Very enjoyable, in my opinion, anyway. And we're exploring new locations. We're finding more. Oh, lost some energy, but that's fine. We have found the narrow escape and Ferris tanker. Narrow escape. Take recovery contract. The narrow escape's barman, Boaton, has a tip for recovery contract. For a few chits, he'll give you the coordinates. My rig's blown its propulsion. I'm stranded on some godforsaken rock. Repair crew needed. Or split haul. No time wasters or thieves. I'm armed. Requirement: recover stranded rig. Payment: scrapping components. Sure, it's only 8 chit to take. Might as well. 8 chit is not a very high amount. Very low. Let me just check this message. Buy a meal, then arrow. It doesn't leave for bottles of rice and mushrooms with lean greens, and flotsam. We're okay for now. So we will need to end up getting some more resources like fuel and stuff. Ah! Look where we find ourselves. Might as well actually just buy it now. I scrap. I don't need any scrap right now. Fuel. Let's go do that contract. Might as well. Actually, we'll wait a minute. Sorry, that was a bit of bit too eager. Considering we can just do odd jobs. Quantum cryo then. It's my fault because we can wait until we get to 3, go and do that, come back, and we save ourselves. No, fun resource. At least journey time. Let's head back to the main structure, see what we can discover. New destination discovered. Brilliant. Let's do that again. Oh, nice energy. Come on, we just need a positive. We need a positive. For real. Because of Flotsam intrigues you, Passage to Passage is the most incoherent place you've ever visited. Plating, cladding, and cushioning of all kinds of conditions hides a forest of wires and duct, interfacing in ways their manufacturers would never dream possible. Rooms and crushed cargo bays, flipped bridges, and eviscerated engine rooms. Patchwork, corridors, and lumping with messy wells bending worryingly along their length. It is, to put it nicely, a total mess. It's not that you don't like it, but finding an artificer among the chaos here has to be a little more than a little challenging. This cycle, searching these winding passages once more, seeing only scrap merchants and junk shops, you began to wonder if Seraphin had any idea what he was talking about when he advised you to come here. A sleeper? The voice cut through the pungent air. Well, I'd never. John Me. You glance in the voice's direction and find yourself looking at a small booth piled with tech. Behind a fogged and scratched plastic screen is a meticulously arranged counter, the only clean spot in sight. At it, an older man with wet and wondering eyes sits neatly. Approach the booth. John Me tilts his head. I didn't mean to be rude, please, and he bows a little. That's okay. He smiles warmly, almost bowing again, his hunched shoulders accentuating the movement. How? He pauses, taking care of his speech now. How are you feeling, sleeper? He beckons you a little closer. I'm John Michel. So please, to you, John Me. I work with machines. He sweeps a hand over the counter where you see configurations of tiny parts, mostly small ones. He smiles. Stay silent. He nods as if you answered, or perhaps just out of habit. He chops with his hand to indicate a stool with a leg bar, meant for perching beside his counter, and such is the clarity and persuasiveness of his movement that you obligingly sit. Your presence is a rare honour here. He smiles and looks down at his lap. I'm sorry if I make you uncomfortable. I'm just very pleased to see you. That's okay. Can I help you with something? I was more imagining I could help you. I can see your journey to me has not been easy, he says with genuine concern. You track his eyes across your body, noticing the scuff marks on your thick, vinyl like skin, the replaced and broken parts of your body, marks of violence. You pull your jacket a little tighter. Johnny folds his hands over one another and places them on the counter. I do not know what your experiences have been, but I want to assure you that I will see you as a person, a being, a soul, shall we say, as valid as any other. You look at John Me, his own age and wear also evident. A life of precise and careful work, shaping his body into a reflection of his process. You note his unconfident way of speaking, which betrays a certain loneliness, a lack of practice. Is it his turn to feel observed? I understand. You are kind. The frankness of the remark takes you by surprise. He looks down at his counter and begins to take apart a tiny piece of machinery that sits there. Many years ago, when I began my apprenticeship, I would find that whenever I saw something that, how to say, was not working well. I was fixated on it and its repair. Tinkers with the parts, twisted them precisely. Of course, the belt was filled with this kind of dysfunctional detail. And so I was busy for many years with those small fixings, he smiles in reminiscence. But now I find that when I'm interested in a thing that is not working as it should be, he sharply twists one of the parts between his fingers. It is because it might have some quality not yet foreseen or discovered. He releases the altered object into the air, where politically twists in a hypnotic display, like a spinning top whose movements are totally unpredictable. John Mee smiles at you watching this hypnotic toy. I can see that you're in the process of becoming a sleeper. He catches the spinning toy between his fingers and thumb. Let me aid you in this. What do you mean? John Mee's precise hands drop to a device around his neck. He definitely pulls a pair of goggles up to his face, masking his wet eyes. Hold still, sleeper. Something flickers inside the goggles, the face blank. John Mee's hands play across the buttons and switches the exterior tuning, focusing. Doesn't work. When the goggles are finally lowered, they reveal a look of concern on John Mee's face. I think you better come inside. He kicks off from his desk and disappears. A moment later, you hear a rattle of a small bulkhead door beside the booth that you had assumed was rusted shut. Creaks open. John Mee beckons you inside. John Mee's workshop is even more cramped than you expected. As you enter, you are surrounded on all sides of nettings, holding bundles of terminals, servers, drives, and cables. At its centre, a padded seat and a set of articulated arms mounted with sensors and tools to fill the space. A seat, please. John Mee gestured at it with a slight smile. What are you going to do? Not to worry, I only wish to examine you. It is non-intrusive. You tentatively settle on the seat, slipping your arms and feet into the straps meant to keep you from floating out of it into zero G. John Mee floats beside you. He looks across your body. There is damage here. See that? We will get to that. But I see something else here as well. This is why you came. He looks at you solemnly. Yes. Do I have a moment? Sorry. Though I've never met a sleeper, I have studied them. I was lucky to acquire some materials from SNR some time ago. In the interest of my own endeavours, he begins arranging a series of sensors around you on articulated arms. You're pleasingly distinct from those materials. His eyes flash with excitement. Am I right in thinking you've been modified? So this is for YouTube as well, bud. Yeah. So the first part is on YouTube. This will be the second part, technically. But yeah, this is for YouTube as well. It's a sort of holdfast, might not always be YouTube. I've actually put that one on. Age restricted, but it is on there. I rebooted myself. Yes, I see that your dependency on stabilizer on the immune recoding portion of its makeup, at least, has been broken. He gives you a precise look. That is not all. You're physically modified, not externally but internally. He carefully positions the final sensor. Your tracker is disabled, which makes it impossible for SNR to find you. Congratulations! He smiles broadly. You've been modified, yes, but you're also being modified as we speak. Oh, line battles in an hour, right? I'll probably be there. I'll probably wrap this up within 30 minutes. I might miss part of training, or I might make it just in time, Slider. But I'll be there for the line battle today, I think. This is not all. You're modified, yes, but you're also being modified as we speak. Hi, future me. Fine. Yeah, I'll be there for the line battle. You feel a strange claustrophobia at John Mee's statement. Modified? Seraphim rebooted your system, ran the recoding protocol, but that shouldn't have physically changed you, only removed your planned obsolescence. How? John Mee goes to the terminal and flicks a switch. Through the back of the translucent screen, you see a nodal web in a vague shape of a sitting body. Your body. These changes appear to be complex, subtle but consistent. John Mee goes silent as he taps at the terminal, the representation of your body rotating, unfolding, and settling motions. What changes? See here, he points at the flickering representation of your spine, tracing a line towards your head. Your nervous system is growing additional nodal points here and here. Meanwhile, your emulation interface has grown an umbilical access port. Through, though, towards what end I'm unsure. You instinctively reach back and touch the base of your head. As you do, the scan flickers and screeches with noise. You feel from somewhere something there growing under your thick vinyl skin. Can you feel a lump, or is it just your imagination? You picked it. John Mee sighs and shuts off the terminal. The changes are partial and, in all honesty, he gestures sharply at the sensors. The resolution is too poor. I need to run a full diagnostic, but for that I would need. He drifts over to another terminal and brings up screens and screens of text and diagrams. Yes, some kind of medium to hold your suspended emulation. The excess draft I can build myself, but we will need to bridge your emulation. Johnny speaks quietly, almost to himself. Ship mind would be ideal for this. Would have to be high capacity, a prime ship mind, Solheim in origin. Perhaps Healy and Gate might hold records of any that were in the system, perhaps at the terminal. Johnny turns back to you. Yes, the prime ship mind is essential if you wish further investigations to be done. I'll need this above all. He thumbs the terminal off. I'm sorry to say, Sleeper. I'm gonna need a minute. Of course. Johnny busies himself with taking down the sensors, holding away the articulated arms. As he does, you try to calm yourself. You feel as if you have worms under your skin, and it takes all your focus not to pick at the seams. Johnny suddenly but gently places a hand on your shoulders. Please, remain calm. He puts a carefully restored rare component in your hand. This can help you. Johnny waits for you to fall still. There he leans back a little, relieving some of the strange intimacy for the moment. But now, our work is concluded. He meshes his fingers again and bows with a small head bob. You are welcome any time. Thank you. Of course. His manner seems to have returned to something more businesslike. A humble man who knows his customers' needs. You get up from the seat a little dazed and push away from the passage. Safe travels, Sleeper. Dormy says quietly, placing the promise list in your hand as he sets you back to the station. You leave dazed, unsure of how you feel about the inconsistency of this man's particular kindness. Or the insistence of this man's particular kindness. Hey, my cat is so cute, I wish I could show you it. She's just done a little wiggle and just curled into like a loaf. So cute. But most of all haunted by the idea of the unseen processes that are running within you. Part of you does not wish to know anything further, leave this place and never look back. Another is desperate to immediately retrieve every object on this list so that you may know what strangeness is happening within you. For now, you must steady yourself, find a way to continue. Ooh! So everything comes to your bunk. After Johnny's assessment, you find yourself drifting back to the rig, in need of familiarity and comfort of your own ship. Sleeper? He drifts in. You found an artificer. He hovers by the door looking concerned. I'll explain. Tell about John Me. How we offered to you repairs and run an assessment of the frame. You described the cramped booth, the articulated arms, the strangeness seen your own body anatomized on the terminal screen. Then you tell him that your body is changing, growing in ways John Me cannot identify, that some process has been started that you do not know where it will end. You mention umbilical cords, nodal points, trying your best to remember the details of the things John Me asked you to retrieve. Sophie grows pale and silent. He shakes his head when you stop talking. Lane, he frowns. That piece of shit has to be behind this. Perhaps. For sure. Sophie looks stubbornly at the floor. We'll get what you need. We'll find the ship mind. He nods. A bit of work here and there and we can make it to the Healy and get in whatever else. What about your stuff? We'll do that too, he thumps the wall. We're free Sleeper. No one can stop us. Just say the word, okay? He goes quiet. Don't give up on yourself just yet. Get up and get back to it. And with that, he turns and kicks off down the corridor, disappearing from sight. You wait a little while, staring at the stained ceiling of the bunks, letting the thoughts settle in your mind. And then, when you're ready, you get up and leave, dazed, but with a stone determination growing in your chest. Ooh! Like it. So we've got old Takahei, integrate officers, and Johnny's booth. So there's Johnny's booth. We need to bring him ship mine and whatnot. We've got integrated offices, lots of integration, lots of maintenance, like engine components. Ooh! Maybe we've got engine components, we don't need anything just now. I don't know what they're for either. And then the last thing is old Takahei. Buy supplies for supplies work the hydroponics. Old Takahei is the oldest ship in Flotsam and now serves as a huge hydroponics farm, keeping the station alive. Ships are always available. Yeah, it's a terrible role for us. We've got loads of supplies. Integrate offices, ferrous tanker, booth. Oh, we can eat some food though. Can we get food here? No. I can get food. The narrow escape. That is where we can get food. Hopefully it's good, because that is expensive. 15 cryo. So 15 chips, come on. But that's it. I mean, we might as well and head off towards the next stranded rig and do that. But what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to call it. I'm going to call this session. I'm going to end the... some weird noise. I'm going to end the YouTube video first on that, off that awful noise. But thank you so much for joining me on YouTube. I hope to catch you in the next part. And I will see how it goes. I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.